Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm Cypher.
And I'm Fox. Before we get started, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss our next video.
Let's take a look.
The Honourable Member for Burnaby South.
Every day, Canadians' confidence in our electoral system is being eroded. Recent reports indicate that at least 2 times the Prime Minister was advised that Chinese government officials transferred money to Canadian political candidates. This is serious, and Canadians start to wonder why it seems like the Prime Minister is hiding something. So why does the Prime Minister just launch a public inquiry and answer all those questions and give confidence to Canadians in our democracy?
Here, here, here.
Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I'm happy, first of all, to repeat that we have no information on federal candidates receiving money from China. But at the same time, Canadians are concerned about these various reports and allegations because there is ongoing attempts at interference by China and other countries, which is why we are putting forward an independent expert to look at the entire landscape around foreign interference and the tools we have and make a determination about how we can not just ensure that everything's being done to protect Canadians and democracy, but give Canadians confidence that everything will continue to be done.
The Honourable Member for Burnaby South.
Seems like the Minister is more interested in protecting himself than protecting the electoral system. Parce que chaque jour, on a des nouvelles.
Every day, we are finding out more and more allegations of foreign interference. It's undermining the confidence of the public. People are wondering why this secrecy. So why won't the Prime Minister launch a public inquiry? The Right Honourable Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, some experts are saying that we need a public inquiry and that it could find answers, but other very credible experts are also saying that a public inquiry would not be able to find the answers that will help Canadians regain trust. We know that Canadians need to trust that the right mechanisms are put in place, and that's why we're asking an independent expert to look into the situation and to bring forward the right mechanisms, whether it be a public inquiry, a legal process, or something else.
So he says some experts believe that the public inquiry is the way to go. Other experts who are also credible. That's short for some other guys that we're going to call experts and we believe they know what they're talking about, and that translates into they're saying what we want them to say, think that we shouldn't have a public inquiry. So we're going to listen to them. Like, this is just silly speak at this point.
Global News reports reported 3 weeks before Canada's 2019 federal election, national security officials allegedly gave an urgent classified briefing to senior aides from the Prime Minister's office, warning them that one of their candidates was part of a, quote, Chinese foreign interference network, end quote. Can the Prime Minister tell us who that candidate was?
Oh, Pierre! Pierre! Well played!
We can tell you who it is.
Well played. Oh, I can't wait to hear his answer, which is going to be nothing, but I can't wait to hear it anyway.
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, Canadians well know that issues around national security are extremely important to be able to deal with, including to be able to be dealt with by elected officials and parliamentarians. This was a point of significant disagreement between the previous Harper government and our party in opposition, which is why we committed to creating a National Security and Intelligence Committee of Parliamentarians, where parliamentarians from all parties would receive top secret clearances and be allowed to dig into everything national security agencies are doing. And that's exactly what we have allowed for.
Leader of the Opposition.
Has CSIS warned the Prime Minister, his staff, his party, or anyone else that any member of his current caucus or cabinet may be part of a foreign interference network, yes or no?
Get him, Pierre.
Pierre's just, like, he's just tightening the noose with every question. He's trying to corner him further and further and further and further.
Well, I mean, you give a man enough rope and he'll hang himself, right?
Well, hopefully he hangs himself and the rest of the party. So we've cleaned up a lot of the BS that Trudeau has retorted back with, so you don't have to suffer through it. Round of applause for Northern Perspective for everybody. Thank you. And I hope you appreciate the effort. And this is essentially how the questions went.
Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Has CSIS warned the Prime Minister, his staff, members of his party, that members of his caucus or cabinet are part of a foreign interference network? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? CSIS warned the Prime Minister's office 3 weeks before the 2019 election there was at least one candidate it identified as implicated in a foreign interference network. Is that member in the Prime Minister's caucus or cabinet, yes or no?
And this was how Trudeau essentially responded to everyone.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, we have created formal processes where parliamentarians from all parties, including from that member's own party, can get top-secret clearances to look into matters impacting on national security and the safety of Canadians without putting at risk the women and men who serve in our intelligence communities here in Canada and around the world to be able to continue to do their jobs of keeping Canadians safe. And I know no one in this House wants to put anyone who serves this country at risk.
Pierre seems to be asking the same question over and over and over in so many different ways, and it's disturbing that he's not getting an answer from Trudeau on this, but expected. So one thing that Fox and I are going to do is we are going to try to find the email addresses of every single Liberal MP, and we're going to send them all a letter demanding that we have a public inquiry. And once we get the responses from all of those Liberal MPs, we will be happy to share them and do a video so you can see exactly what type of lunacy and ridiculous answers that we received back in the